As I said, it was a very competitive and hard-fought game. You can look back at the film if you're both teams and know that you left everything out there, and you probably left some plays out there as well, as I think both Steve and I would probably say. But at the same point in time, as I told the team after the game, other than we had a fantastic performance out of Peter Rickbosh, who hadn't played a whole lot this year, and a great role, but not everybody on our team can say that they had a hell of a game today. But yet these are the kind of games, particularly when you're not at home, that you have to grind out. They play very hard. They come at you on both ends of the floor, and we had some good moments and we had some lulls, particularly coming down the stretch. We didn't handle the ball as well offensively, but at the same point in time, you got to credit the guys for sticking to it. For sticking to something that I'm not sure that they've had to do a lot over the course of the time that they've been here. So credit to the group, as I said, with Peter and both Max and Eli played 39 minutes, which is a lot, and didn't show a lot of fatigue either physically or mentally. So I'm proud of these guys.
What are your thoughts on Eli?
14, 8-8 means that he handled it pretty well. I think moving forward, we've got to kind of figure some things out, because off the ball he has great value, and on the ball, not diminishing that value, particularly as a scorer. And so there's a very thin line between how you handle each possession when you're on the ball and off the ball. So we've got to kind of figure it out. But right now it's a next man up mentality, and he's the guy that can give it to us. And Justin's got to continue to grow, so we trust that his minutes will be increased, and there's no drop off when we go to the bench. And so we've got some work to do in both of those areas.
Coach, talk about Trey's defense on Dixon.
Yeah, Trey always takes on the challenge of the team's best player, and he looked at film and watched some of his tendencies, and know that from behind the arc, and especially driving the ball, that he's really creative and effective. So his athleticism, his lateral movement, and then stick-to-itiveness showed. And if not for a couple of fouls that he probably put his hand in the cookie jar, then he would have been out there on him probably longer, especially in the second half, than he was.
Any other questions?
What did you see out of
his growth and development has been really phenomenal. A guy that you remember as a freshman, sophomore, who was just an athlete who could run and jump and block shots, and now they can go to him. But then they went to him a couple times late, which talks to the trust that Steve has in him. And so, he's got long arms, he's barrel chested, he's really filled out, he's got great lift, he's got a really good second jump. So when they go into the post, he as long as he can take his time, and like most post guys, they go one way and turn over his strong shoulder, and he's got he developed a really good touch. So he's become a really good basketball player on both ends of the floor for them.
You guys obviously had to battle through a lot today with injuries and all that. How important could this win be going forward?
Well, I spoke about it in our last television timeout, that this is grit time, that we've got to be able to close this out. And I thought the response, both in that timeout and after we got back on the floor, was really good. And we're down 2 starters for better parts of the game, and the guys that were on the court really did a good job on both ends, and then the guys that came off the bench, contributed very well too. So, we've got to look at it as a learning and growing experience. We can shore up some things, quite obviously, but at the same point in time, to go on the road and as I said, be minus, key pieces right away. We haven't had time to really practice and adjust. Then you got to be happy with it.
Coach, how big was Max for you guys today?
You know what? 39 minutes, as I said, from he and Eli, and there wasn't a drop-off in terms of fatigue, and he went through that stretch there where he didn't make as many shots, two key turnovers, but never lost sight of what we were doing and what we were trying to do. And big plays and big shots late is what good players are supposed to do, and to be able to kind of not shoot the way he's comfortable shooting, but still come up with 24 points and make plays at the end, rebounds at the end especially, is really good for him and really good for us too.
All right, thanks, Coach.
I haven't checked. Yeah, we'll talk about it probably in a little while, and then evaluate it later on today and tonight, tomorrow. No, I think so. Just hit me, but I couldn't tell you what it is.
All right, thanks.